let's get a look at that closet.
Wow, Shannon, this is way bigger than before.
Yeah, remember it used to be 2 closets and now it's 1.
What are your plans for this closet going forward?
Where Corey's standing is I'm gonna have a rod and I'm gonna have cubbies and shelves. I'm gonna use the height, there's 9-foot ceilings. I deconstructed and I saved a lot of this tongue and groove, this original tongue and groove. We can still get this, can't we?
This is actually a very common profile, timeless, you might say, and it is something that we can get still today.
Which is great because I don't have enough of it. On this side of the closet, that's all it was, but the other side was this nasty bifold add-on and such. So I'll need some more of that.
So there used to be a wall here. You can see that on the floor.
Yeah, there used to be a wall that went up like this. The layout of the house, if you wanted to go to the bathroom, you had to exit from this bedroom, go in the living room, in the dining room, into the bathroom. Not anymore. Boop, boop.
Straight through. So
Yep.
this will be almost a Jack and Jill closet.
It will. And you know, these 1911 bungalows, they had very limited closet space, right? They were really tiny. So that's what's even better is I'm going to actually create more closet space than what I had originally.
I noticed that you had to do a little bit of reframing because this door that was here was different. What happened there?
Actually, I salvaged this door and the whole frame from another part of the house. And what I liked about it is that it's a skinnier door. It's not a standard opening, which was perfect in this space. So this wall we did reframe with actually same original framing that we had from the house.
Which you would have had to because this is not matchable.
No.
This is 1.75 inches by 2 3/4 instead of 1.5 inches by 2.5 or 3.5. And so you had to use original framing from another part of the house in order to reframe this wall. That took a lot of forethought, I can see.
It saves money by not having to buy material, you know, and to reuse, but there is time involvement in it. I have been denailing forever.
Yeah, I've seen some piles of usable material that you have taken off of the walls and are preparing to put back on.
That's right, I'm saving history, bringing it back. I gotta order more materials. I gotta get some hooks and some rods and stuff, so I'm gonna take off and go do that. All right.
You know, Tony, there's a couple things in here that are interesting that we should point out because not only are the walls exposed and you can see that old lath and plaster, you know, that's really cool. But like you said before, these 2x4s aren't modern 2x4s. These are 1.75 inches wide by 3 3/4. New lumber is all 1.5 inches by 3.5.
Right.
So if you were to do some remodeling on an old house like this, you really have to consider that when you go into the lumber yard to buy lumber. You're either gonna have to rip down some larger size lumber or reframe and make it work.
I also noticed that because she had to reframe some of this wall, putting the tongue and groove back up is gonna require some nailers where there's not a place to nail it to currently. So there's gonna be a little extra work that has to be done in those areas where it's new.
Yeah, they definitely have to add some framing in there, some blocking for this T&G.
I can see that where they ran new electrical, they put in nail stops. Those nail stops would not have been here before.
Probably not.
And so that was very smart, the ability to add that safety feature. And another thing I noticed, Corey, were some pretty big fenestrations in the floor and the ceiling where the utilities are going through.
Yeah, I have a feeling she's going to be doing some spray foam to try and mitigate some of that heat loss in the wintertime and heat gain in the summertime.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great opportunity for her with all these wall cavities are open before she closes it up.
You know, looking back at this electrical, this is all new wiring, which is great, but you can actually see the old knob and tubes
Yeah.
from the original electrical. Notice that between the door frame and the wall is very small, and she's going to be covering this with that 1/2x4 tongue and groove, and this little space might be an opportunity right here. Ow! It's like she missed a nail. Shannon, do you have a hammer?
Yes, I do.
Let me pull that for you. Nice hammer. This space is so small, you would have to cut this T&G into little pieces that we're gonna go all the way and fill that whole gap. That might not be an opportunity to not waste this material and just rip some plywood, because by the time you put trim over that, a piece of 1x4 trim right there,
Yeah.
it's gonna cover that whole piece. So
Yep.
it might not be worth putting all that effort into it. I noticed this new plumbing they've got going on. I really like this PEX. That's like the newest way to do it. You would never see that in 1911. And you notice the new plumbing stack here is all brand new ABS pipe. Shannon said she took out the old cast iron stack. That's how they used to do it back in the day. This is really coming along. I can't wait to see what it looks like when she's done.
Me too. Let's get out of here.
Hey Shannon, that is turning out really good.
I know, don't you love it?
I do love it.
I know. So I've got things to order, I got some rods and hardware, so I gotta flush some things out.
All right, we'll get out of your way.
See ya.
I cannot wait to come back and see further progress.
We'll probably come back and see if she needs any help. We'll see you next time.
That's Redo with Q.
I see what she means about the handle set.
I can lock Corey inside. We want to know what you're building.
Make sure you tell us down below.